Jaehoon in the bottom right, and in the bottom left we do have action, so it's going to be a PvZ between these two. That was unfortunate. That made me a little bit sad, to be honest. Royal just GG'd. He was looking solid on his 3 bases, he had a very good timing there. Nah, whatever. Let's get into his next game here. Control used, control provided, total control, control maximum. I love how the supply is called control for overlords or for zergs. Opening Warp Rift. Let's warp in that Protoss pylon. Oops, there we go. Look at those snake eyes. And this is gonna be a lucky scout here from Jaehoon, immediately finding his opponent. Could go for a, well, offensive move with this. And he's indeed gonna go into a forge. Oh mate, he had to. He did see this, right? He's going into. Okay, yeah, he definitely did see that. I'm not sure if this was scouted by action. And maybe not. This could be a cannon rush. We do see the forge being scouted. Now, is he gonna find this cannon rush here? Pretty sure there's one on the way. And indeed, it is the case. As you can see over there. He's gonna bring the drone now. And I wonder where he's gonna make that pylon. There we go. So there's gonna be 1, 2 potential cannons over here. That's gonna make the first one. And the second one. Now he does drill in a drone, but it doesn't really get through, so in the end... Oh, he's cancelling one cannon here. It's kind of funny. And then he makes another one. So he cancelled this one to get something out, I guess? Or did you want to keep the probe inside? That might have been the idea there. Now, the follow-up scout is going to confirm that spawning pool, but... I mean, you kind of need to cancel this hatchery, right? I guess he wanted to have a timing so he can potentially cancel that second cannon, and yeah. That might have been it. So he restarted the cannon to get a potential cancel. So in the end, he saves like 50 minutes, like that, something along those lines. He's gonna get up a cannon at home, and we should see the expansion fairly soon. Now he could go for another cannon rush. He does have this probe out, but this one's of course locked in. He could push it out, probably with a pylon or with a gas. I feel like to the south. Should probably be able to get away. He does have a probe hidden in the main. That's kind of cool. Very cute move. There's no vision on that one. And the next is on the way. Now gateway as well. The successful cannon rush here for Jaehoon does cancel the Zerg natural base. Those links are on the scout here for this probe, and they're gonna find it. And they will assassinate the probe. So action, keen eyes here. Doesn't know this probe is still missing, and does indeed get the snipe before any crucial information was given away. Now, I'm pretty sure he saw the second base. Or the second hatchery in the main base, but he didn't find the lair, of course. This timing is already off for action. Now, Jaehoon, of course, also a little bit late to the gateway, and that follow-up cybernetics score is only starting to mine gas now. In 4 minutes, it's kind of funny. Funny how cannon rushes work out in the end. Hatchery finishing up here. And the cybernetics score, it has to finish up. Now, are we gonna see a Spire? I think so. The money is kind of looking correct here for a Spire move. And of course, I mean, only 2 gases though. It's gonna be a little bit sad. He's going into that Spire. He's trying to catch Jaehoon before he has enough causes. that could happen. He needs to probably throw down eventually a cannon into the main base, because the Mutas should have the control early on in this game. He's trying to go for a break here on this position, and the probe tried to block its damnedest, but in the end it does get broken by the links, and these links should be enough to break down the cannon. Indeed, that's the case, so he does open up this area for himself to take this gas. A 3 zealot push out is gonna start though, and this might even supply block Jaehoon here. I don't think so. Or maybe it does. Yeah, it actually will though. Needs to start some more extra pylons here. He's gonna lose 2. And he only has 1 on the way. This is not gonna be enough. Oh, okay, he already had 1 finishing up. It's gonna be enough, but that's barely enough. He's already starting another one down here. He will start another cannon. He's a little bit afraid of a link bust. He does not know that the spire is on the way. He kind of needs to assume at this point, right? He doesn't really have the vision. He doesn't know if this is going to be Hydra Bust or a Spire play. Now, he will find a creep colony. That's also a little bit of a tell. It's like, why? In a Hydra Bust, you don't make creep colonies. Now, seeing the Spire, of course, is going to be the best thing that happened to him. Now, he's going to move away with the Corsair. He's going to stack those Corsairs. He's going to keep on producing them. And he's even going to go into... He's going to keep his +1 weapons here for these Corsairs as well. So, they're going to be quite powerful very soon. But he needs to get these cannons up and running, because they're not powerful yet. They're only 2, so the number is not there yet, and they also don't have the defenses set up they need to really get the stack up and running. And Zealot kind of lived longer than everybody expected. Now this bought enough time for these cannons to get up, so the probes are going to be safe, and Corsairs, in addition to these, are going to keep this very nicely safe there. Now Hydra transition already on the way, going into range upgrade and the Hydra speed. The range damage, of course. Mutas are still roaming in a little bit. That's just mainly scouting at this point. Trying to catch anything he can. You kind of want to keep these Mutas alive as long as possible, so you force your opponent to make more Corsairs. And, I mean, 5 Corsairs probably going to be the number he's going to stop at, but this is a expensive investment. It's going to keep him safe, but of course it's just going to delay everything else so much more. It's going to delay his High Templar transition. As you can see, he's just on the way right now. He's going into Storm just now. It's not going to be there yet. Needs to, oh, he's actually going into a DT first here. That's an interesting play. We see this a lot from Bisu. So funny how they walk. And he just walks directly into an Overlord. That's such an unfortunate walk here. Now Overlords spread quite nicely. Let's find this DT over here as well. The Overlords are not going to keep up with the DT, so if he's on point, he's not going to lose this one, Jaehoon. He's going to try to assassinate these units over here, and that could be a thing that just happens, because, I mean, it's just not enough to clear these Corsairs, but he does he get by? Oh my god, 3 HP. He does get a drone. That's the coolest DT ever, man. He just walks by everything and then he just turns and slices once and gets a drone. Now Overlord coming in and the DT is gonna fall. Was not really worth it, but this play bought a lot of time, and time is of the essence, because Jaehoon is trying to get out his High Templars, he's trying to get out Storm, he's trying to stack up energy. But of course, that energy, those storms, they're not here yet, so he really needs to have them for that potential Hydra bust, which is a possibility here for the Zerg player at this point. But Jaehoon is finally getting a little bit of a leg up in this game here. And this Corsair is gonna be in a tough spot if he goes out alone. Oh wow. That's a good storm. Kills 4. Hydras just like that, didn't move out. They just keep this forge safe, and I think he's gonna have enough gates and enough storms soon enough, so this should just be okay for him to keep basically everything alive and then roam out on the map and grab the third base. Still trying to find anything with these Corsairs, but of course losing the DT is a little bit painful. It does not only provide him some scouting intel on the map, it also does generate a threat, constant threat for the Zerg, so he needs to kind of be on the lookout. And if he can keep that DT alive, right, it's just gonna be there, looming in the back of the Zerg's mind. It's like, wait, I need to have something at home for this DT, because, I mean, look at the base, it's fully exposed, right? There's no overlords. Oh no, he's unfortunately running through a wall of Scourge there and loses one of those Corsairs. I mean, he still has 4 alive, and he could make another one, but I don't think he's gonna do that. Observatory on the way here. We see the first group of goons being, but he needs to probably destroy a couple of cannons and the gate. Not sure if this cannon is gonna do the trick. Maybe it does. Maybe this is enough. But Lurker Contain is gonna start. He's gonna utilize this high ground here, so he does not push in too close, and he does not cut off from this potential third base. So if Jaehoon can push out, he can just keep this safe from the low ground. But this is already being kind of besieged, right? With these Lurkers here. And he's just gonna make a field of Lurkers. Make this very cost inefficient here for the Protoss to break through. And he will need to see a bunch of storms to try and get free. Now he's just gonna push up into the third base location because he wants to grab this, right? He wants to get the third gas. He needs to get this up and running. Action is going into fourth base behind this. A Lurker trying to push in a little bit too far here is gonna get chased out by some goons. Goons are pretty powerful against Lurkers. They actually do a lot of damage to them if they can catch them while they're on the move. Oh, an unfortunately misplaced Nexus there, I'm pretty sure. So cancel money down the drain there. A little bit of a misplay. Hydra's on the chase here for these courses, and again the Wall of Scourge is gonna grab another one Corsair, so one does the other one does survive. Just got hit. If he can charge up again, he's gonna be 2 hit still though for another Scourge, so that's gonna be nice. We'll see even the bait egg here. Try and bait in the goons. He's gonna storm those Lurkers, and he will engage with the goons, but goons firing from down up a ramp. It's just so painful to watch. It does clear most of these Lurkers in the front line. And the Hydras are not doing that much of poking yet. If Action loses the high ground advantage, it's gonna be a little bit easier here for Jaehoon to go out and clear these. He's just quite nice actually, this wall of goons here. He's doing very well. He's trying to go in for a Templar assassination. He does get the oh no, he doesn't get it, and he even storms, so the Templar does get some redamage. And it still stays alive. That's a pretty good Templar. And he's just chucking out storms at this point. He's trying to slowly move in here. Another storm. That's a great storm. That's so much damage there on the left. All of these Hydras are so low at this point. He needs to have his goons fire though. He needs to cover the High Templars. But he's running out of storm here. We did already see a bunch of storm being used up. And it's just so difficult to get this really going. To establish this position. I mean, look at that Lurker field. He's just remaking Lurkers one by one. He loses one, he makes one more. He loses one, he makes one. He's prioritizing low Hydralisks, so he will gain back that health even. It's a very minor detail, but it's just a powerful thing to do if you can do it. If you have the spare attention and APM, just do it. Now, we did see an Archon being morphed here, and that goon bug out a little bit. So all of the Templars kind of are not as valuable as you would think. If they have to move into Archons or do move into Archons, they're just losing their value, most of them. The Archon is still a powerful unit, but it's just not a High Templar, right? It's not accumulating storms. And Goon's kind of stacking up a little bit too much. Already see the rally being a little bit disrupted there. And there's no High Templars right now with this army. Finally, we do see another reinforcement group, but they are super low in energy. He's gonna try to go for the break here. Perfect storm there on those Lurker Hydra field. And he's trying to go up that ramp, but it just... My god, this High Templar at 12 kills, it's amazing. But, I mean, look at this. It's just not enough, it seems like. He's throwing down another storm. He's losing so many goons, though. He's going into a double Archon at this point. Not liking these decisions. He does even lose one before the morph is complete. He's trying to walk with goons into Lurker fields. That's not really the thing you're looking for. I mean, he's losing so many goons. He's chugging out another storm, but Hydra's coming in for the reinforce here. This Lurker field, I don't think you can break this here. Maybe, finally, with these Zealots, you can overpower this. Zealots are basically drawing that line of fire from those Lurkers into a location so the goons don't just die, but oh my god, I just hear dude, and that means another goon bites the dust. Hydra's coming in for the reinforce. Only Hydras are going to be enough here to kill a flimsy army like that. And yeah, we do see Archons on the run. One goon and one High Templar. That's like one of those missions. And 4 observers, you know. That's like one of those mission armies. You have 4 observers, a High Templar, a goon, and 2 Archons. Now save ire. Even some Lurker morphs here to try to create a wall against these Zealots moving in. And the Archons are gonna find this base, so happy hunting here, but there's only one drone who's even gonna move away. This base might get killed. The goon doesn't even shoot because it's bugging out right now. The Zealots trying to run around those Hydras to find anything, but I mean, he will get the base. But there's even the drone still. And just getting the base, it doesn't win him the game. Now these Zealots trying to come back here are also gonna get damaged even further, and man, that was such an expensive army to lose. I mean, we're looking at the supply and it's even at this point, and we're sitting at 130 here. And this is gonna get broken. He's trying to hide that Archon, an Archon with 18 kills. That's quite nice, but this is gonna get popped. Poof. Archons do look kind of cool when they're there. He needs to check out these storms again. He's trying to go for a confirmed kill, so he's kind of waiting until the Lurkers are low a little bit, and then he throws down the storm. That was a very whiffed storm there, unfortunately. And he just needs to make more storms happen. He cannot morph too many Archons. Now again, kind of delocating the Zealots from the main army, and he's trying to go for some Lurker snipes here on the right side, but it's just not enough Zealots. It's too many Lurkers. He's trying to find anything he can of value right now, with the Corsair even, but the Corsairs are also gonna get hunted down here. Oh my god. Yeah, they will die. They will kill one Overlord, but that's not worth it. So this game is starting to fall apart here for Jaehoon. He's trying to accumulate one more mass of units, but he's starting to run out of minerals in his natural. The main base is about to run dry here. The geysers are about to deplete. That means that gas income you need so desperately for those High Templar production is going to be super low here in a moment. And this is basically all he has. Meanwhile, Action is just reinforcing this location. He's trying to go for some snipes now. He's going to go back up that ramp. But any trade for him is good. He needs to start to think about another base as well. Now he does get this base up, but it's not really running yet. He needs to start to think about a 5th base though. He is. There's a Hydralisk over here, so starting to spread out some Overlords, but yeah. Just keeping this contained though could just be enough. But you can break out of things like this. I mean, it's a funny thing to see in a... Yeah, we do see a Storm drop here. It's a funny thing to see in a PvZ, but you can get arbiters, you can get recall in this matchup. If you want to try to just circumvent one of these Lurker contains. You can just go for the building kills, right? Of course, you need to be careful that this is not getting scouted. Now he's trying to break this location, and he does break the front line of the Lurkers, but now the Hydras are fighting with the back line of those Lurkers and are going for the snipes on the High Templars. We do see a lot of High Templars go down here. Not enough Storm to push away these Hydras. He does have the Storms, but he's not using them right now. But if he uses all of the Storms, I mean, he's gonna have a difficult time to break the Lurkers again. And we do see Action just moving in, just spreading them out. Only one Storm hits one Lurker thing. And we do see another attempt here, but this slow shuttle should not go into that location. Oh no, Scourge even coming for the assassination. He does get the shuttle with the double High Templar. And this triggers the push. Jaehoon again trying to break this wall of Zerg. And is it gonna work? He still has a bunch of Storms. I mean, this guy has 2 more Storms stacked up. It's insane. He had 3 Storms there. And we will see the breakout happen. But I mean, what is there? There's just so many more units behind this. Action just might have too much here. Can Jaehoon finally break free? He's gonna eventually break open this contain, and that's all he has. I mean, if Action does lose this position, it's gonna be super difficult for him to get back in this game. This might have been the play, and Action indeed does GG. Jaehoon with the last ditch effort there. The last army he really was able to produce from his mining bases. 2 bases run on dry there. Does finally break the Lurker contain and does break free and does grab the game. What a game. It's very rare to see some of these games, but thank you so much, Jaehoon and Action, for that game.